Alright, the garage is closing.
We
just packed up. We're going to get the dog. The dog breeder called us a week early saying
it's November 18th.
Saying we could come early to get the dog because we're leaving a week early, driving 12 hours to Ohio.
This was 2 days ago.
Yeah, this is 2 days ago. Just randomly calling us.
And now it's 2 days later, and now we're leaving. Car's packed, Lala's packed, on the way to Ohio. To get our baby boy!
Yep, our boy.
We're so excited.
And so then now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna drive. So what's today? Today's Friday. We have to be there Saturday after 1:30. It's a 12-hour drive without stops. We're gonna stop since we have Lila, our roommate, and then we're gonna take a nap in the car, like a 3-4 hour nap, maybe 4 or 5 hours in, and then
meet our boy,
and then do the second nap. So we'll see you guys. And so right now you guys have probably just watched some of the vlog, the beginning. And so what we're gonna do is kind of talk about, I guess it would be more me talking because I did more of the research on the breed American Mastiff.
Yeah, I can still talk about the experience.
Yeah, you can talk about the experience. But so we picked the American Mastiff breed, which I mainly did the picking of the breed.
Weston picked the breed.
Because I grew up with bull mastiffs, but I wanted a bigger dog, but exactly like a bull mastiff temperament-wise. And then the only other options really, English mastiffs and I just never really liked the wrinkles of the English mastiff, the drool. There is drool with American Mastiff breed. There's going to be drool with it, but I just didn't want the big fatness and the wrinkles of American English Mastiff. So, but I wanted the size. So just so happened my mom was doing research on American Mastiffs in 2012, 2011, before we got our last two bull mastiffs, and it just always stuck with me because I really wanted that breed. And then fast forward 12, 13 years later, I still had that in the back of my head, and so that's why we went to the American Mastiff breed, because one, they're bigger than the bull mastiff, but they have more of a narrow face, less wrinkles. They still have wrinkles in that mastiff face. It's just not that English mastiff, a bunch of scrunch, a bunch of drool, and more so my bull mastiffs, he had a more narrow face, and I really liked that about him. So that's actually why I picked the American Mastiff breed. All right, it's the end of day one of driving.
Lala's doing great. She's loving her backseat caboose thing.
She's loving it back there. She's finally calmed down. We're in Tennessee now.
I'm so tired. I was just asleep.
Yeah, so we have we're a little over halfway. So we drove more than halfway the night. We're in Tennessee. It's 2 a.m. so we can get like 3-4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
We have 5 hours left, and then we can take our time and then drive up because we can't be there until 1:30. So we could stop at places that we can. 5 minutes away.
We're 5 minutes away. We're 5 minutes away.
Lexi's holding back tears already.
I'm trying not to get emotional. And so there's a puppy distracting me already. But we're just gonna go.
It's a full-grown German Shepherd, not a puppy.
Okay, it's... Oops.
So she's getting excited, even though she has no clue what's going on.
I think she does, though, but...
She probably has an idea something's not right.
Yeah.
We're going to probably chill here for a little bit, get our bearings, because we're going to be 20 minutes early, according to our GPS.
I think we're going to call her.
What?
I think we're going to call her.
When we pull up?
Yeah, until we're here.
Oh, yeah. Definitely we're going to call her.
And then, well, we can call her, like, in 10 minutes.
We could call her when we get to the edge of our house. Hello?
Weston, are you gate?
Yeah, I'm at the gate.
Is this Weston?
Yeah, this is Weston. I'm at the gate right now.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm right in front of the Flying W Farms sign.
Right, and Robin's on her way down to unlock it. The guy that works for us came in the back way today, and he forgot to unlock the gate. and I just panicked. I said, Robin, get down there and open that gate. So I hope don't tear her car up getting there, but she tore out of here. She's coming, Weston. I'm
All right.
sorry.
Oh no problem. Yeah, it was a nice sign, so we're like, oh, is this it? But then the gate was closed. We're like,
Yeah,
oh.
this is it, and she's coming to open the gate.
All right, perfect.
Sorry about it.
No problem at all.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you soon. Super nice lady, told you. Literally could be your grandma. Literally could be your grandma.
Grandma vibes. Okay, now we're just gonna wait. I could, yeah. Okay, we're on the road up.
Yeah, they just let us in. They're super nice.
It's super nice. It's rocky. The road is rocky.
Very rocky. So if you're in a car like ours,
Careful. Careful.
Very careful.
Definitely if you have... Oh, look at this
Like they
view down
purposely
here.
have-
Crazy. Oh, crap.
It's like they have like bumps where it's gonna be hard for us to probably come out.
Yeah. Don't want to get too much. It's huge. It's huge. Woo! Okay, now we're going in. Now we're going in to the property. Children. Oh, and it's...
Like those dogs in there. Bull mastiffs.
in there.
He had a more narrow face, and I really liked that about him. So that's actually why I picked the American Mastiff breed. And
So this thought came probably a couple weeks after we met, honestly. I heard about the American Mastiff. And then once it was stuck in his mind that we were getting it. So it was probably like January, like early in the year. We got on a wait list.
Yeah,
he
it
did
was
his research. We got on a wait list from the original breeder.
January or February, probably February, March.
About
actually.
February, and then
2022.
he wants a big male, so we had to wait for the next litter.
No, a brindle male.
A brindle male, a big brindle male, actually.
Yeah.
So the first litter didn't have it, so we had to wait till the next litter. So it took us off like another like 6 months, maybe. And now we're here. And then we got not the call, but she told us that these two puppies, the breeder did, that these two puppies may have a male brindle, and we were next up in the wait list, so.
Yeah, so she said she was having a brindle litter, and that we would be in the first wait list because we waited like 10
We
months
waited
at this
a
point.
long time,
And
but
she was like, since you guys are the longest, you guys get first pick. So we got first pick, and then if you're gonna get a Mastiff from at Flying W Farms, that's where we got it.
fine, it'll be fine.
And you've never picked up a dog from like a puppy, I don't hate to say puppy mill, but
Puppy mill.
a breeder that's
breeder.
actually breeding. She has probably 10, 15 dogs.
And it's their job.
It's their job.
Reminder.
She's also a horse breeder. It's a farm. It's a working farm. Like I've never witnessed like an actual like working farm before. Where I've seen farms, but this is like that between like the small farm and a huge farm. It's like that. They're like making a decent living off it, but not like making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So I've never like witnessing that in itself. It was like eye opening because it's not like glitz and glam.
Yeah,
It's
for
not
sure.
so it's like
It was everything I was like. I was ready to experience everything that it was, because obviously it's a breeder. They're very old. They've been around for a very long time. You can find the website. They breed horses. They breed dogs. Have awards for horses. So I was expecting what I got.
and
Glitz and glam. It was still beautiful out there.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
To drive in the Flying W, you'll see pictures of that. You'll see videos in it, but we just couldn't get any videos while we were in there
On the property
of the dogs and everything. It just felt like we were kind of intruding if we did that. It's just that's not what we were there for. We were there to pick up a dog, and she's not there to be on camera. So
Yeah.
we just got pictures. So we'll post pictures. We'll have like videos of us coming in. So if you're gonna be flying or driving in, you'll know what to look for because it is like I'm in the middle of freaking nowhere. But if you're like, for me, it's no problem what it is. But if you're like expecting like this beautiful, like crazy, amazing
Yeah.
farm, you're not gonna get that. But that's not realistic in what reality is with an actual farm. A farm that's actually working, that's not doing cattle and like selling them to McDonald's. This is like a horse breeding farm, and I cannot say anything better. Like Frederica and her daughter Robin were so nice. They were so
Amazing. I love them. They were amazing.
They are so. She probably called you beautiful like
like
100
a
million
million
times.
times.
And like how, I don't know how to explain it, but how they kind of, Frederica was talking
They
to me.
welcome you in.
It felt like I was talking. Well, I have a weird relationship with my grandparents where we joke around a lot, and
Yeah.
so I felt like she was like joking around a lot, like joking.
Yeah.
We gave her the money. And
She, like, tossed it over.
She tossed it over, like did that like mafia, like yeah, it feels right type of thing. But yeah, I cannot say better things about Robin. And like they were a little late but they weren't late at all.
Yeah.
So it's like they felt I guess they were trying to be like a little early, and they weren't early. They were right on time.
Yeah.
To opening the gate because the gate was closed, and which was a little confusing.
The dogs were so sweet. So if you see them outside of your car, if you are driving there or pulling up there, they're so sweet. They're huge. It's exactly what you want if you're going there, obviously. But beautiful, beautiful dogs.
And like the dogs they're breeding dogs, so they are super super nice for breeding dogs. Like they're not dogs that are living with a bunch of kids and everything.
Yeah.
So they allowed you to pet them, super nice. But like they're not like a house dog. I don't know how to explain it.
Just like that,
It's
like a
just
house
different-
dog.
Yeah, just they live in, I don't know, they live in barns, but it's just like
They're workers.
they were really chill dogs, really cool dog. The mom was super nice. Maxine was super nice. Prince George, he was super nice. We had made the mistake. Well, it's not a mistake. We brought.
We had to
Lila.
bring our dog. We had to bring our dog Lila.
Our pit bull Lila, and I guess these dogs. She saw Lila and it freaked them out because they're like defensive.
Smells.
And so our dog's like barking inside our car, so that kind of spooked them because they can't come introduce each other.
Yeah.
So that kind of made the beginning a little awkward because their dogs were like really hesitant to with us or mess with us. Sorry for cussing.
Yeah.
Because we had just had that interaction, but even after that, they were super nice.
They were so nice. And this breed, I just fell in love with the breed after Weston kept talking about because how could I not? A huge, gentle giant is what they're called, big cuddly dogs. I personally have never been around big dogs, and I'm very excited that we have one now and can't wait to see him grow and such things.
Maybe we'll string them up later in the podcast. Take a break.
We will insert clip.
Yeah, we'll insert clips now of us playing.
Yeah, boom. But yeah, like we have him. He's home. It was crazy because he was supposed to be ready on Thanksgiving, like the week of Thanksgiving, and we were gonna, go get him on Thanksgiving. But he was ready. Well, she said that we could pick him up the week before because we were on the wait list for number one.
I don't know how much we should tell about that instant because you never know who's watching. But no, I'm joking. But no, we were on the wait list a lot longer. So she gave us complete pick over who So she wanted us to come to come pick out our puppy out of everyone because we had been on the wait list probably 5, 6, 7 months longer than normal.
Yeah.
I guess that's not bad to say.
It's not bad to say because I don't know how it works, but some puppies on our Facebook, we're in a Facebook Mastiff group. Some puppies on there, they've got them the week before, and then people are just now picking up their puppies.
Yeah,
so I mean, depending on when they can get there, the puppy's going to be waiting there.
Yeah.
And then also if they do have a wait list, so if we're ahead, obviously she can do what she wants. She owns the thing. She owns the place. But we got there, we got our puppy. He's home now, and so I was saying we had to go the week before Thanksgiving, and then we decided to go to Weston's parents, which is in Tampa. We're in Jax. So we drove there the week after, and he's been doing good. But now he's home.
So to put some linear, so we went and picked up Odin, and then right after we picked up Odin, we went to Thanksgiving and drove. So like originally the plan was we were gonna go to Thanksgiving and then leave Lila there, and then pick up Odin. But if he was early, the doctor, so she wanted us to come first so we could be the first to pick out the litter. So instead of giving them our parents Lila and driving up, which honestly saved us 4 hours.
Yeah.
She literally called us Thursday. And we were just like looked at it, or she called us. Yes, Thursday.
She called us Thursday.
And we were
It was
like,
Thursday.
She's like, hey, you guys can. I really want you guys to be the first one to pick it up because you've been on the wait list so long. I know there's a few brindles in there, so I want you to be the first to pick out of them. And she's like, can you be here Saturday in 3 days?
He's like, yes. Right after the phone call, I look at him and I'm like, sorry. He's like, yeah, we're going. Like,
no. Well, I said yes while she was on the phone.
Yeah, while she was on the phone, but I didn't know what they were saying.
Yeah. So like,
I didn't know what you were saying.
she said to come and pick it out, and so I was like, she gets off at 3:30 on Friday. I own my own business, so like I can kind of sometimes do that radical stuff. Like, okay, I'm just gonna wake up early that day, or stay up all. I think I stayed up all night working, so that way when she went to work, I would slept while she was at work, and then we started the 12-hour drive from. It was honestly longer. There was like 15-hour drive.
It was a long time.
Jacksonville all the way up to Ohio. We stopped, of course. I honestly did not sleep for like 20-something hours.
It was not that bad going up there. I had so much adrenaline the first like 5 hours.
Oh, I know.
And like the adrenaline was pumping, and then it wasn't that bad. We got rest that time.
Podcast. We were listening to books.
Yeah, I listened to books in the car, podcasts, music. There was pretty views. We go through
times.
Georgia and all the neighboring states. So
it was cool going.
Stopped a few times. The small towns we got to go to. We came out and flew the drone when we got to Ohio. So going up wasn't as bad. Coming back after like a couple hours, I was so ready to get out of the car. Your body just molds to the seat.
Yeah, and then like we had Lila in there.
Yeah, I knew she was restless.
So she's a American Staffordshire. I hate saying pit bull, but like so she was in there for. Imagine our dog in the back seat. We had this like canopy in the back of our seat. That's perfectly for dogs. That turns your whole back seat into like a pen for them.
It's great.
But she was in that for 30 hours. Like because
and she was a trooper.
Yeah, we would take our walk around rest stops and whatnot, which was funny because she's experiencing every state for the first time.
She's having fun. Like she did so good. I was so proud of her. Taking on all the smells, being great in the car, peeing and pooping when we take her out of the car. Like she did so good.
Yeah.
I knew on the way back she was just so over it. She's like,
yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I mean, we were so
home.
And then just to make matters worse, 3 days later, we were back in the car going up to my parents for Thanksgiving, and that was just the most like I hate. Like we're not driving. We're staying here all the way up till. Yeah,
someone's like, "Are you doing anything for Christmas?" I'm like, "No,
we are staying here for Christmas. We're not doing anything."
But the whole experience went very well. It went very well. So the whole trip all together was amazing.
Like I've never got a dog from any of the other American Mastiff breeders, but if you're thinking about it. Don't. Federica has there are some reviews on there because her family, not her, dealt with some family, issues.
Flying to be fun.
And so I would not use that. If you see bad reviews, those reviews are because of some things that I don't want to get into on this. But it's not thing against the dog breeders. It's just some family matters that in meeting her, like there's no reason for you if you're judging her based off a dog breeder.
You're gonna miss out.
You're gonna miss out if you hold that against without meeting her and everything.
Yeah.
What she's accomplished, like I cannot say better things about her as a breeder and that farm and like how she's nice. She's like emailed us after to make sure we got home all right.
So
nice. It's like. Yeah, I just don't.
We called her when we were close. She's like, Weston, where are you guys at?
Yeah.
Just what you want, what you expect in a human being. She was that. So it was went very well.
So if you're going to get a dog, American Mastiff, she's the creator of the breed, so why not get it from her? Of course, I've never got a dog from Deepwood, Sycamore, and these other breeders.
Yeah.
They'd probably, but I just wanted to get the dog from the creator of the breed. So,
Drops mic.
but I hated this. I probably shouldn't have called the names of the other breeders, but I mean their website.
There's only a few.
Yeah, there's-
so also, if you try to get on the website, well, on Google, on the internet, and try to research
There's not many.
American Mastiffs, that's why we're making this video and like trying to talk about it and being open with our puppy, because there's not a lot of information. We had to
None.
we're scraping the internet for stuff before we got him, because there's not a lot of
Like
stuff
if you
out
go on
there.
YouTube, there's hardly any
Yeah.
videos talking about it, and that they're like these like lame voiceover ones. But there's no one that's actually got a puppy from them that's talking about their experience. And honestly, like I said, cannot say enough of how great getting a dog was.
Amazing.
From that. And just meeting the dogs, meeting the mom, the dad.
It was such a good experience.
Meeting Frederica, Robin, such a great experience. And so, if we ever get a dog again, we might get one from her. Well, we are getting. Oh, we were just
She
talking the other day.
partially decided about getting another one.
But then the other day we talked about not getting one because we want to travel.
Yeah.
We want, one of our things of maybe having kids in another country. Never know. But that's that's what not.
We
this
could go
subject.
on and on and on about
So if you're gonna get a dog, get one from Frederica.
Federica. Shout out Federica. We love you.
So switching topics.
Dun dun dun.
I guess we could go right into the Brittany Griner situation.
Yeah, so first of all, the other day I was talking to my friend, my coworker, and she was like, did you hear that Brittany Griner got released? No. She's like, did you hear that Brittany Griner's getting traded? And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, they're trading a Russian, I think look it up, because I think he was a Russian boy.
She got traded for a Russian arms dealer, and it was a swap.
That
a
we had.
switch.
Yeah, so they switched. And first of all, congratulations to her family. You know, they're probably his wife, I discovered. They're probably so happy she's coming home finally.
Very happy. I mean,
And then on the other hand, I'm like, that's a lot
I don't
to just put out there. Like, they're just gonna trade. Like, there's been more than her that's been, like, you know, captive in another country, blah blah
This
blah.
is my thoughts. I just think, all right, I do not have a problem with the trade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Because like honestly,
For
this
sure,
is my mindset.
for sure.
It's doesn't affect my life directly, and I know she probably wants to come home. Like looking at it, her family's perspective, I feel like it's like a good thing. Like I think like from them, they're super happy, and I'm happy for
Oh, yeah.
them. But as a country
I
as
can
a whole,
imagine. Yeah.
Looking at it from that perspective,
Different perspective is
think-
what I'm getting at. Yeah.
it's a terrible move.
Yeah.
It's a terrible trade.
Completely different
They get
perspective.
someone who was definitely plotting to kill people before, selling guns that could have
Exactly.
killed American lives. Maybe didn't. Awful trade. But at the end of the day,
Beautiful
it doesn't
thing.
affect. Like, I feel like
Doesn't affect.
It's great that she came home for her family.
Yeah.
And you know everyone her supporters seeing her get released and come back, and well, maybe in 5 years we'll know like if that guy, that arms trader, gets right back into it, and then we find out, oh yeah, he just sold a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
Then this is gonna turn into like
No, it's a crazy. I mean, I'm so glad she's home, or we
too.
have an update, because I remember checking and being like, "What the heck's gonna happen to her?" Because I knew something was gonna happen.
And like think of
There's
it.
not. She's not just gonna sit over there.
Like yes, she was doing something illegal in another country. This is why I don't care, because like if she stayed
Yeah.
there, I'd be like, well, we were doing something illegal in another country. Would you got that same penalty in America? Probably not. So yeah, I feel bad for you, but you're also doing something bad. So that's why I was like, if you came home, I wouldn't be mad. But if you stayed there, I wouldn't be mad either, because you have to. There's no way she did not know that was in her
Yeah.
luggage and whatnot. But anyways,
And that's two perspectives. So if you can't shift your mind to go to two different perspectives and talk about it, then you should start trying.
And that's what the problem
what
is,
it is.
with today. I feel like
Just put that out
people
there.
only want to look at from their perspective and their
sure.
party's perspective. And once you start looking at it from a Democratic, a Republican, an independent perspective, the
Open.
bad perspective from the Russian perspective, you start understanding like, oh, it's not as this crazy fiasco
Yeah.
that it really is. It's like people have their own views, and once you start understanding the other side, you
You
start
just
like,
gotta be open minded, no matter
Exactly.
who or what you're for. You just
and it
have
stops
to
fighting.
start
It
opening your
stops
mind,
us fighting,
and it starts a huge understanding.
understanding,
People understand each
and then
other.
compromise.
Yeah.
and then it allows like, okay, I understand why you thought that way. Now instead of coming to
Yeah, it's great.
the table talking to the other side in a combative way, you come
Yeah,
understanding that, okay, I understand your side. I hope you understand my side. And if you guys are both practicing, you'll be like, okay, you understand my side. Now let's meet in the middle and get this figured out where we both might not feel happy about the decision, but it's something that's somewhat in the middle. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's what's missing, and not just politics, just anything.
everyday life. I can't. That's like a whole nother topic. I can't stress that enough.
So if you're a young person
that
getting
up.
into voting, do not register as a Republican or a Democrat. Be an independent.
And do the research. If somebody asks me a
joking
political
about that.
question or my
That's funny.
opinion, I will literally say I can't answer that because I haven't done my research. Like I'm not just gonna stupidly, blatantly.
And that's another problem. People they just
They do that all the time. Just spit out something. I don't know.
It's like-
I have no idea, and that's fine to say you don't know. But like, you should know that you don't know and not be so ignorant in your
know.
mind.
and people
Rawr.
they have opinions on something that they don't have the full information for nowadays. So it's like they
Yeah.
your argument right now against me is just simply based off of your political backing, not because,
One-sided view.
Yeah,
That's
so it's-
right here.
and that's why it's such a. That's why, like, when I go home, like, I get in arguments with my mom and whatnot because she's so liberal, and I'm so independent.
Shout out, Mom.
But then I get in those same fights if I'm with a very conservative person.
Yeah.
I get in those same fights, but from the the other side of the.
Okay, so how about this youngest UFC fighter? I forgot his name. What's his name?
Hold on, let me see.
What's his name?
Let me see, before youngest UFC fighter.
First of all, pause. I need his name.
Yeah, his name is Raul Rosas Jr.
Shout out to Raul.
R-A-U-L. Raul
Raul. I think Raul
Rosas Jr.
did amazing last night.
Yeah, big fan.
I was shook it. But the thing is, his cockiness and his just confidence, two different things. Cockiness, confidence, everything that he brought to the show and the performance. I was like, he better perform like that if he's going to be the way he is and come out like that. Come out doing prayers and jumping around the cage like he's been there before. He did great.
Yeah,
he did great.
All right,
Oh my
so the only
goodness.
bad thing is,
And that's just me.
I'm pretty sure he's in bantamweight. Yeah, he's in bantamweight.
What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure in the UFC that is which groups within 120. So he fights in Sugar Sean's weight class. So they're gonna fight eventually.
And that's great because I love Sugar
hate
Sean.
watching my
Go Sugar
fighters.
Sean. I want to see, but that's a great fight to watch and to be excited for. Okay, but actually watching it, I don't want to do it. I want to be excited for it and do it. But watching them fight will be amazing. That's gonna be a good freaking fight because they kind of. I'm not gonna say they fight similar, but they look.
not
They're
fight
very
similar at
thin.
Well,
You know,
that's
they're in the
because they're so
same. They're in the
small.
same weight class, but I mean, Sugar Sean is an older thinner. He's a younger thinner. He's
yeah, of
he.
course he's young.
We
He's
don't know how
18.
big he's gonna get
Yeah, he's
or
still
what
gonna
he's gonna
grow.
grow to. So he might be in Sugar's class for not that long. If he starts growing up, don't know when his birthday
Yeah,
is,
or
but he
sh-
did great.
He's so young that the time he's gonna get older and not be. So he might
Exactly.
move up in weight class.
Kadar. But I love Sugar
Yeah,
Sean.
Raul, like
But he did great.
his Raul Rosas Jr. El Nino Problema. That's his nickname, El Nino Problema.
what is that? Problem
El
Problem
Nino-
Boy.
Is El Nino problem boy or like El Nino's? I thought that was that like weather thing that's in the Gulf of Mexico.
Is it Problem Boy? I hope
Let's
it's
see.
different.
Let's see translation. The problem child.
The Problem Child. I knew it because Nina.
That's the same as Jake Paul.
The Problem Child. Oh wait, is that what Jake Paul is?
is the problem child.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
But I bet you
I don't keep up with them.
he had his name first, even though he's so young.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, he was on that one podcast.
Who, Jake Paul?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, no, that was his brother. I don't know the
Impulsive era
difference.
slogan.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. What's it called? Yeah, but it's the Problem Child. I knew I was close. The Problem Boy. The Problem Child. Okay, Raul.
But
Okay,
Nino
okay.
is a boy, the boy version of it, and the girl would probably be Nina.
Nina. Yeah.
Which I guess that's
I'm excited to see how his career pans out. I'm definitely gonna follow him, and I just needed to bring that up because I was like, huh. You were like, he's the youngest fighter last night. I look at him, how he comes out, walking on that ice,
Cocky,
praying on the ground.
very-
I'm like, whoa. This
Very
dude's but he's ready
like
to
it.
be there though. He showed out like he was supposed to. If you're gonna be that cocky, you better bring it.
exactly. And he
Bring
did a
it.
great
Hopefully
job.
he's a good cocky. Yeah. He did great talking to
He was like, you gotta think he's fighting. He fought against a guy that was 20, not
He's
29 years old.
17.
No, 18. He's 18 now.
Oh, he's 18 now.
He started the Contender Series
17.
when he was 17. He's 18 now, and you're fighting against men.
men.
29-year-old, I think he was fighting
They're
against.
men.
That's man strength.
It's great.
He should have man strength at that point. And
Oh, if he's at that level at that age, he is above average. So the way he took
His
that
English is
dude,
pretty
the way
good,
he
too.
took that guy down, his English is good. That's a good one.
That's
his
the
English
big
is
thing.
good.
If you're a foreigner and you have all those, and then your English isn't good, like Charles
You have a
Oliveira,
lot of following. I
like,
gotta look him up on Instagram.
I liked Charles Oliveira,
Mm-hmm.
Charles Oliveira, Du Bronx. I loved him, but he doesn't speak English, so it's like when you're in the press conferences, you lose that. But since he can speak English,
Ooh,
you're
yeah.
gonna get good sound bites out of him that are gonna be funny.
It's gonna be exciting.
So
I
you-
can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. It's
I
exciting.
just hope they do a good job with like pacing his career and
Mm-hmm.
not like pushing him to it and making him, do a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But what else
Very
is in the news lately?
organic.
Let's see.
Very organic.
Let's see. Several children hospitalized after church bus overturned in East Harris County. That happened in Houston.
Bus turned over.
Yeah. So here's another one. Confederate monument set to be removed from Virginia Capitol. What are your thoughts about things like that when they take down Confederate monuments?
I could go on and on about this. You cannot change the past. I think, for me, this is my opinion, right? I think it is so disrespectful that we as humans in this day and age will try to go back in the past and fuck up what they put.
protest
and
the past.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's like I saw something the other day. This got me heated because I saw something the other day and it was about the humor now. Some things cannot slide. Some things cannot slide. Some people, the humor now on TV shows and movies and blah, blah, blah. Back in the day, the early 2000s, there were so many movies and so many shows that would not be on air at that time. And I was thinking about it. I think someone tried to call out some TV show and tried to change. Oh, I know what it was. Okay. That's How Raven is going back on air, I think.
Like they're remaking it?
No. Raven's they're going to be older.
Oh, so they're continuing the
Yeah, they're
story
going
of
to
the
continue.
remake.
Yeah, so they're going to be older. So online, they asked Raven if they wanted Raven to be gay. Because you know how she's a lesbian? She's married. She has a
real life?
wife.
In real life?
Yeah, she
Oh,
has
I
a
didn't know
wife.
that.
She's
Okay.
married. She has a wife. Took her a long time to get there.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. She's married. They asked her if they wanted the character to be gay. They were like, no. Raven has never shown any signs
Yeah, like, all of a
of
sudden-
being gay. And all of a sudden, you want to change the
guess
vibe
that is
just to
realistic
accommodate,
somewhat. I don't know.
just to accommodate what we're going through now. And it's bizarre. At some point, at some point, it's too far. That's bizarre to be like, let me
What's-
make our character.
Okay, so then
no,
what's-
you
what's-
can't change that. That's
What is your stance on Ariel being colored then in the
I
Little
think
Mermaid
it's-
remake.
So for that, I think it's fine because they're gonna not fine, but I mean they're gonna explore. They're gonna try to
So this is
accommodate.
my-
It's
this
the
is
same
my
thing.
problem.
But why would you change it?
Yeah.
Why would you change it?
My problem is, okay, why would
And
you
all the
change it?
feedback at this day and age, at this time, is just asking for crappy feedback. You're just asking for it.
It's just, to me,
Come on.
it's like, if I understand it if it makes sense, but in this case it doesn't make sense. And then two, if she's of this, the Little Mermaid, what took place in the 1800s. What, now that she would come out of the sea in the 1800s? What, are they all gonna treat her like because she's of
Yeah.
color?
But I get it.
But I get it if you're trying to. But sometimes I feel like you could do it in other ways. You create a whole new story.
Yeah.
Like Black Panther. That was a whole new story because it was a base. But if that was the core of it, is the black community. But then when you're trying to like fix it, change things that like kids grew up. I don't have a. Like, it's going to happen, don't have a problem, but it just doesn't make sense to me. But you could do it in a more organic and new. I want
Yeah.
to see something new.
They just gotta try a little
Push it.
harder.
But that's the problem with movies nowadays. All they do is just remake everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, how do we remake this
The
movie
organic stuff
but
is the
make
best.
it PC?
Yeah.
And follow like taking stuff from the past and then trying to change it to this. It's kind of going back with you were just saying about like the statues. Like, you can't change the past. Why even try?
Yeah, and
Just
the thing
create
is,
something new.
the thing is, I do understand in both perspectives, right? I open my mind, both
business
perspectives.
perspective,
That's my food for thought. Like, that is my opinion. That it should not be changed. Raven, you know what I mean? Things like that. But I also get it to where, like, that's just my opinion. And I'm so small, and this is our world changing, so we're history, right? So, like, our kids and their kids and their kids, that's going to be the time where, now they started changing and taking down statues. And now they're going to learn through what we're going through. So they have the statues put up. Now they got to learn about the statues
Like,
coming down.
I
And it's going to be like,
understand
crazy.
Maybe taking some
Crazy.
of the statues down, but taking them down and destroying it.
I think it's disrespectful.
You know what? See, like,
I think it's disrespectful.
I understand if they take it down in a nice way and then relocate it somewhere.
They could do that. They could
Like,
do that.
If they did that, and I don't
They could do
understand
that.
when they rip them down.
If they-
and like, bro,
I
that
think
statue's old. That's history.
It's a
move it.
fossil.
Exactly.
It's
Instead, move it.
disrespectful.
Instead,
Yeah.
have a professional move it to a museum, and then that way, if you go to Germany, yeah, they've gone over some of the stuff in like the Nazis, but you still have museums of it where
And
you
this is-
learn about it. They're not destroyed. You want to be able to learn about history so it doesn't repeat itself. But then if we're destroying it,
Exactly.
then it has a chance of repeating itself. I feel.
And that goes back to, like, I'm African American. That's my point. That's my
you
stance. An African American point of view, even if it was bad or ugly, that's the truth. We should be able to go somewhere and look at the truth. How are our kids going to learn and be like, oh, a statue was there and
Exactly.
was talking about that? I want them to experience what we got to experience. The whole, like, don't try to mess up the past. That got me heated because I was thinking about that the other day. And because Raven, that made me so mad about Raven. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
And that's what she said. She was like, she's like, why
not
would
the
you do that?
character.
She was like, why would you do
Yeah,
that?
that's not the character.
She's like, there's Raven and then there's
Is
a
it-
character.
And because then
that's the thing.
Then you're like even being more racist and discriminating against people because now you're making so this gay actor, he can only play gay people. Like, no, you as an
Yeah.
actor, you want to. I'm not an actor, but you want to play other things. You don't want to just play yourself every time. So, you're gay, you're black, so you have to play a gay black
Yeah.
person every time. No, or you're a white, male who might be, a looking business. You have to play that. Like, I guess that's what acting is. But like, then you're just discriminating and isolating people to what they look
It's
like.
a good.
Instead of like allowing them to
It's a good topic.
express and be
It's a
something
good
else.
topic.
Because that's the whole point of movies.
Yeah.
Is kind of to take me to another place. But then if you're forcing everyone in these shells, then you're kind of just taking that out. And that's why I cannot wait for Avatar, where because in the future, what if it's less? It's going to be that. It's going to be more stuff like this. And I had an idea of like a whole movies when I was a kid. Big fan of Halo. So like
Yeah.
the Halos always had really, really good movie cinematic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So I like as a little kid was like, someday there's gonna be movies like this. And so
Yeah.
thank you, Halo, for having me that vision. And now they're finally becoming.
Wait, I'm not getting emotional right now. I'm sorry. I'm like crying.
What?
I'm so excited about the new Avatar movie.
You're that excited?
When I watched the last trailer we watched, wait, sorry, I gotta calm down. The last trailer we watched, I literally turned up and cried.
There's a new one that came out today.
Don't tell me that, because I'm ready to see it, guys. You don't understand. I was a little late to the first Avatar and to the following, so once I caught on, I was addicted to it. And it's just, honestly, listening to the actors' reviews of the new movie, The Way of Water, and how it made them feel, my emotions, I have the chills. My emotions were like, I'm so excited.
I haven't seen a 3D movie in a while.
3D movie, like thank God, like come on.
Like the last 3D movie
Popcorn,
I think I watched
chocolate.
was at the last. So like, this is what's gonna be the future of the movies. Like, with streaming. For me to go to the movie theater, for you to spend that $20, $30
It needs to be 3D.
It needs to be either 3D or an experience. And I think 3D, AR, and VR are the future of movie theaters because, like,
Completely.
for me to pay that money, it needs to be like a spectacle. It needs to be a reason to be that big. Like these normal dramas that are just
come
on. Okay,
now.
I can watch that on
I'm getting
surround
hot.
sound to make it better, but that's why I love James Cameron. He's pushing the technology behind movies, while all these other people,
Gosh, it's
Marvel,
so
Disney,
good.
are just kind of doing these cookies. And what's funny? The first Avatar CGI is probably just as good as the Marvel
So
movies today.
good.
Like, people will say, oh, it's kind of trash. Look, compare it to a Marvel film of today, and you're like, oh, it's actually not too far off.
Yeah.
It's 10 years. It was made 10, 12 years ago.
Like my heart's racing. I need to drink water. I'm so excited. We're gonna shoot a pod after we see the movie. I might cry. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I'm probably gonna cry in the theater. Anyway, I'm a crier. I'm a cancer.
We only have 20 more minutes left because we're at
Okay, I
30 more.
wanted to go through something really quick.
Yeah.
And that was, and earlier in the podcast when we started shooting, we were talking about careers, blah blah blah, and what we're working on. Maybe.
To this podcast?
No,
another
other podcast.
podcast.
Another podcast.
like, I
Far
don't
back
fucking
along,
say
whatever. But
Sorry.
I just started a page, and it's called Shine with Lex. It's on Instagram as of right now.
Part
It
of
has-
the Mixed Realities Network.
It's a part of the Mixed Realities Network, and everything that I'm trying to go towards, my soul is just telling me to pour out, everything that's inside of me. And I want to build a community based off of it. So it's called Shine with Lex, and I'm so excited to get started with that. It's like, I'm not really into New Year's resolutions anymore, and that's one of my New Year's goals, is to be consistent with it. And
Which that's the New Year's resolution.
finally, just like, I feel like there's been a built-up of things in my soul, in my body, that I want to share and want to relate to people, and I haven't found a space to do so, and this will be that space. And it also will shine light on how I've been growing, how I've been able to grow into who I am. And I picked the word shine. I'll put that later. But it's called Shine with Lex. Just started. I'm so excited for it.
She'll be, all her video content will go on our YouTube.
Everything will be on our our YouTube here.
The Instagrams will share.
And the Instagrams will share. But I'm so excited to start doing that. And hopefully, if you guys watch this, you should definitely follow me on there, and definitely follow our Instagram at Mixed Reality Pod, because I'm so excited. And that just also brings me to something else I did today. Today we made homemade almond milk, and I'm just saying it was good.
Maybe we do a whole videos of something about because I don't want to get into it right now, but
it's going to be a lot, actually.
we have made kind of a thing where we are going to this guy in the flea market once a week to buy a plant from him every week.
Very organic.
He has, I don't know what
Until
country
we're
he's
done.
from, but he's from some country in Asia. And we haven't got that deep with him. And he has all these cool Japanese
Exotic
plants, and they're like $15-$20.
Yeah, and
So it's
he
like
is
once
such a
week.
good salesman. He knows some English. He's
It's at
really
a flea
good,
market,
really
So
nice.
it's like super
Laid
family,
back,
laid
yeah.
back. You go there, he has
Him and his wife.
so many plants, and like it just
We will have to do another video on how we've been living, because we're slowly converting new deodorants, new things. We're
Deodorants.
slowly converting.
got like this natural deodorant.
Pairing, even when our kids come, we want to live a certain way. And when we get there, we want to live a certain way, so we're putting in the steps to get that. So cutting out processed foods, making things at home. So hopefully, we should do one on that and just share.
Yeah, maybe like a vlog podcast,
Yeah,
like kind
we
of like
should
we're
vlog
doing
it.
this, where we do. This is kind of where we
Make
do
dinner
like a
and vlog.
vlog in the beginning, and then or like vlog throughout the podcast, and then
Yeah. So if you guys like this one,
Yeah.
let us know. Actually, give us feedback, even if it's like 2 people, because I think I will like this one a lot. I
Makes it more
love
fun.
vlogs. It is fun. It's upbeat. It's fun, and I love vlogs and scenery. I always like watching vlogs.
And we
So
get this
that's
new
so
setup.
exciting.
This is our office.
Oh, we switched our house around.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a deep clean in our house for the new year. My mom used to always do those, but we switched our house around to accommodate our puppy, to accommodate our life, and it's working out a lot better. It's a lot more space. We have our guest room, and we're gonna switch. The office was in another room, and we're
No,
gonna
this is like
switch that room.
We had a den. This is the den.
This
was
is
a
our den,
which is
yeah.
now both of our offices.
Yeah, both of our offices are in here. Have a TV in here, and then we're gonna try to convert the old office
to a studio.
But
That way, because I really like this setup. Though.
it's a good setup. It's more open, and I did
More
not
open.
like him in the office all day. That's his job, obviously.
Which was like a room. This is not it's like in between a bunch of rooms.
Yeah.
So now it's like
more open. There's a window here that doesn't
windows,
need to be closed in
better
the daytime.
airflow.
More space for him. More light for him when he's working in the
It's all
daytime.
about me.
You're here the
I'm
most.
joking, yeah.
So like he puts in hours at the computer, obviously. That's his job. So he's putting in hours. So small things annoy me when he was in the office that now the den fixes, like sunlight being more open, him, having a TV that he can look at. Like it's a lot better in here for both of us. So
Yeah.
it's exciting.
And
It's exciting.
It's almost like we weren't using this space before.
We were not maximizing our space.
This was just a
Yeah.
random. This was just essentially a large hallway.
Yeah.
Now it's actually a room,
a space.
a space, and then that way, once we get into that room, we're
Maximizing. We've been maximizing a lot of things lately.
yeah. So
So yeah, it's been working out a lot better this way. Yeah. And then downstairs, we're mixing things around. We have our garden. Probably gonna go in that into the next pot because we're almost cut off over here.
we have a what?
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah, we have a garden and whatnot.
We started a garden.
Like I said, that's why we're going to that guy once a week just to get. We just want to fill the backyard with a bunch of cool exotic fruits
Insert a clip about our space.
and cooking like basil. And
Basil.
whatnot.
We need basil. We have basil.
We
Basil,
got this
mint,
Japanese fruit.
rosemary.
I don't know what it's called. Maybe I'll put insert
Oh
whatever
wait.
it is.
Pause. Wait. Let me pull it up. I have pictures of everything. Okay.
No, we'll put it at the end.
Put it at the end.
Or we'll put it right now. What it is. But yeah, so I think that's literally it. Unless we
that's
want to
it.
keep going through news stuff, but I don't think there's really any.
Okay. Give us one more thing.
We're kind of pushing. Let's see.
High and low of this week. Go. Last week. Today's Sunday.
Yeah, today's Sunday, so
Or this weekend,
the high and low of this weekend.
if you have one. I had a great weekend. The high was the whole weekend. I had a great weekend. Moods were high. I think the low was.
Well, let me go. That was your high. What was the high?
Oh, I had a great weekend. Oh,
So
the
your whole-
high.
the whole weekend. was
Okay,
the high.
so the high was we went to Lowe's with Odin, and we had to go to
yeah.
the dog. We had to give Odin a bath, so we went to this cool PetSmart
Dang,
or pet supermarket that's by our house. Gave him a bath, got some treats, and then we took him to Lowe's. That was a good experience, and
I think
I
the
love my
high-
boys.
was maybe that same day because that was an eventful day. We went
Did a
all that,
lot.
then
We went
watched
to
the
the
fights.
UFC was that day.
We did a lot. Maybe
went to
Saturday
the
was the
flea
high.
market.
Went to
Yeah,
the flea
there's
market,
a
bought
huge day.
plants. Went to Lowe's just with socializing. Odin.
Odin.
He's doing really good. He in the beginning super skittish. Now he's like getting less and less.
Yeah, slowly but surely. He's growing. He's a growing boy.
He's gained over 10 pounds since we've had him. He was 25 pounds at the vet.
That all healthy.
super
two
healthy,
healthy
no
babies.
parasites.
Yeah.
And I guess so. The high was just kind of Saturday and doing all those chores, and the low, looking for my tripod clip, which you lost.
So I cleaned the house. This is our last thing I'm gonna say, because I clean the house and I like things nice and neat, and I think we will thrive. Come on. I clean the house. I can put things where I want. He, on the other hand, if I wasn't,
I help clean the house.
he helps clean. He cooks mostly, but there's so many things with his equipment for work, camera things and small little
she moves
clippings
them.
and small little clamps. And when I need to clean the counter needs to be clean. There needs to be not one thing on there when I'm done cleaning. At the end of the night, not one thing. If there's something laid out, I gotta find a place for it. But I fixed the problem after he searched before this for like an hour, and I sat there watching TV. I fixed the problem. I cleaned our closet downstairs, so all
You
his
didn't
equipment.
fix no problem.
I
Hold
did
on, hold
fix
on.
the problem.
I checked some random plastic bag in the like. It was, I looked for hours, and I just checked like there's
1
this random
hour.
like Target, Publix bag or grocery store plastic bag on the floor. I'm like in the back of the closet. I'm like, let me just check it. And as soon as I feel it, I'm like, oh man, there's a bunch of weights in here. And then I open it up, it's a weights and all the wires to my equipment. I'm like, what the heck? Who? And then I like, as soon as I was like, oh my gosh, she just put all my stuff into a plastic bag and threw it into the closet.
I wish you guys
nowhere.
could see how much stuff he has, but
Which is the reason why this podcast looks the way it is. And you're.
but he does a great job. But I resolved the problem of me moving things in the wrong space because I made a space for him to put his things away in the right space. So now I resolved, I clean, I did my part.
But that was my low. What's your low?
Milo. Milo was bad. Milo was. What was my low this week? I had some low.
No, it was this weekend, I thought. With the go.
Oh, this weekend, yeah. Gosh, what was my low?
And you saw she hits me.
What was my low? That's hard, and that's great that that's
we had
hard.
a good weekend. We had a really good weekend.
We had a really good
Maybe
weekend.
Odin. Oh, I cleaned. I said he peed his bed right when I got him a new bed that was waterproof, and within like 10 minutes he peed on it.
Okay, I have a low. My low was. It was a little chilly this weekend.
That's your low. I guess that's a good low.
I was.
life.
That's a great
Okay,
low.
we're really running close to the time.
That's a
We're at
great
40
low.
minutes, so we're
Tap
at
into
44.
how I've been so high lately. The good way. The low.
High on life?
Yeah, but my low, it was a little chilly, and I wanted to wear something that wasn't chilly weather, so. It was a little gloomy out.
So she didn't have a low this weekend. Okay.
I didn't have a low. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Like and subscribe.